Workshop's going live. So we are being recorded. Do you want to kind of run through it line by line like we did? And or
let me just get them.
Yep. I'm gonna let Danielle know what we're doing too, in case she wants to. She's working on reserve, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
So according to Maya, I've got the numbers on the paving I'd like to take out of reserve. I've given them to you. Well, he didn't give them to me. I just told him what we approved.
I just saved that, so that's updated. So I don't know if we need to go through everything line by line, but I think there were a couple things. Did you talk to Bob about having to buy camera?
That was on, we have not seen him to talk to him.
Oh,
You sent
that's
him an
right. We'll
email.
see him
Right,
tomorrow. Yeah.
right. I'll be here tomorrow. I'm maybe here when he comes in. I have a meeting, but then, yeah, so hopefully he'll answer the email.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other one was
Are you in the budget worksheet or are you looking at?
budget worksheet.
Okay.
Yeah. So line 18, admin expenses. So I tried to follow along with you guys as you went through, but you skipped a few. So like you gave numbers for some of them, but not all of them. So I didn't get a chance to. So like registry fees, registry fees, service contract, and admin other were not discussed. Or they were discussed, but a number wasn't hammered
given,
out for
right.
those.
And what was admin other of $80? I remember asking $80.50, and that was. Dues, membership fees, miscellaneous other tolls, track loan, registry fees. I can go ask Danielle. She's working on the reserve, but she said if we need something, just holler.
Yeah, I mean we can skip those for now. I'll just highlight them yellow that we need them.
Yeah, service contract for TextMyGov and printers.
Right, which
Do we have another year of TextMyGov then?
Yeah.
We do.
So that one I assume wouldn't change. That would still be the 2,500
Right.
with those contracts.
Printers, I don't know offhand what. And it was broken down into ads and then cannabis ads. Do we really need two separate categories?
No. I think that was from, and that was the thing is when you guys were talking about that, you said that, and then you still set a budget amount for it when we
Right.
were talking. So
Why-
I think we should move that up above into the ads.
I agree.
And then change that 350 to 0. So I'll do that.
Yep.
It's just, money's the same, it's just where it is.
Right. So are you gonna add 350 to, well, we expended last year, let's say 3,700.
Yeah, we did what, 3750? Yeah, just over 3750 in ads.
Yeah. And, I mean.
So you guys had said 4,000 for ads and 350 for cannabis, so if we
40.
just make that 4350.
Perfect. And what's interesting is, we just got, on the warrant, we have ZB, and on the accounts payable, one of the shopping guide, it's just, ads are incredibly expensive.
Oh, yeah.
$1,300 for planning board, appeals board, administrative ads for, several ads in the month of July.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm hoping, considering what's being put before us, that we have enough.
And then
Are ad costs coming out of any of the separate budgets for ZBA? What did we?
ZBA comes out of the ZBA and planning board should come out of the planning board.
Okay. Let's just.
Which you guys accounted for when you increased, perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, so that should be accounted for, because you guys increased the ad spend for planning board and for zoning board.
And for ZBA, yeah.
From when we talked the first time. Yeah, remove tax acquired property. Unanticipated, we'd originally talked about doing 20, and then you and Saban had talked about doing 15, so.
And that was under which line here?
34. Unanticipated expenses, it's 11, 20-11,
Yep.
which it's fine. I think we're fine with 15.
Right. One of the articles, oh yeah, that's right, we talked about being allowed to transfer between lines or categories if the need arose.
I think, with the only other one was Ion, the intermittent upgrades.
Yeah.
You guys had lowered that to 2,500, but we've gotten one invoice and one proposed invoice of 2,900. So we have a $1,700 invoice that we've already paid, and then we got an estimate of $1,200 for fixing all the emails. So it can't be 2,500 if we already know it's going to be at least 2,900.
Right, and so that.
So that one should probably be 3,500.
Yeah, the GoDaddy to Microsoft is in this week, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
The good thing is that's going to lower our GoDaddy in the next one. And like the GoDaddy and the email.
Right.
And the Microsoft. So those all should go down. So it should kind of walk itself out.
I wonder if they were able to. I know that Emily was working on some of that today.
And then I made the change to planning board. Increase for ads and legal. Increase for ZBA.
No, the payroll tax, like planning board payroll tax and FMLA.
Yeah.
Is it being taken out of the category we paid it in last year and putting it in planning board?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's interesting that we have the municipal building capital reserve in this budget line. I mean, in this worksheet, but none of the other reserves.
And then I think the only one that you guys changed was the fire truck reserve.
We upped that.
So we had talked about doing 50, and then you guys had talked about doing 70.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, the only other one we need is roads.
Yeah, and I think Danielle's looking at the reserves right now to see what we might be able to take from roads. Plowing, okay, that's just plowing, winter salt, winter sand. So general highway is what he wanted. To have a little. Paving and sealing was $270, we expended $254. The LRAP figure we have. So where did that go? Let's look. Let's see. How you doing?
Oh, good. How are you doing?
Good.
Sorry, I'm late.
No worry.
I'm not got my random text messages from the car.
So, okay, so this year's LROP is gonna be 100,456. It's actually down from what it was a little bit.
100,456?
Yep, 100,456. Same when we talked about, I know we had 10,000 for general assistance, and then we said, well, let's bring it down to 7,000, and then the more I thought about it over the weekend, it's like, we don't spend anywhere near that, especially with the amount of money we have for heating.
Okay.
Porter's general assistance budget, I think, is $300.
Wow.
So I was saying, why don't we take 5,000 off that and bring it down to 2,000?
That'd be fun. Physical copy. Are we just re-reviewing what we did last week?
You know, call line by line, kind of, and then updating what we had talked about under administrative expenses. Registry fees, we have to ask Danielle. I mean, I imagine that only goes up every year. More boats, more cars, more.
Yeah. Which account are you guys looking at the moment? Do we have an updated copy from last week?
No, I just have the last week's copy, but,
Just the notes.
yeah,
It's-
Aaron just,
It's saved in
yeah.
the shared, I can print it if you want me to.
If you don't mind.
you probably don't have access to the share
I
drive, do
don't
you?
until I get that computer going.
On its way.
Me too.
So, 28 now, Selectboard system, 56. Let me know when you're on wages page so we can look at that too, when you want to switch over, if and when. And I'll go ask Daniel about registry fees. I don't imagine we have them.
Any other major changes besides?
No, I was just
Okay.
making the changes that you guys already talked about.
No, I meant tonight. Did we make any other changes
No.
besides GA?
She had talked about doing GA down to 2,000, but we hadn't made anything definitive on that. I think we still have the question about CAMA, whether or not we have to pay for that. We need Bob to answer that email tomorrow when he's here. And then I was saying to her, the admin expenses, the 2009,
Yep.
most of those I captured a number from you guys when you guys were talking, because we just kind of said, okay, 31, but you were putting a number to each of the categories, so we were just needing to put a number to registry fees, admin other, and admin X budget.
I didn't see where we changed anything from admin X budget, so I think my notes just indicate the same thing, so
So
we
just
really
do-
decided on that.
550 again?
Yeah, I'd go 550.
Yeah, because you guys I remember you talked about the registry fees, but you
I think we were
didn't.
waiting for Danielle's input on that one.
Okay.
Admin other, I had 250 down on my notes, but I don't know
Okay.
if we actually talked about it, and then I had 350 on cannabis ads.
Yeah, and I moved that 350 up into the ads so that we can
Okay.
not use cannabis ads.
So we can get rid of that whole account.
Yeah.
So that'll disappear off the next one. Postages, where is that? Until we see if we can find something better.
You can put 3,100 into the registry fees. They went
Beautiful.
from $19 per recording to $25.
Okay. All right, so that makes the total for 09 34,350.
Sorry, Jen, the registry amount was 3,100?
3,100, yeah.
And did we get a new contract from Paul yet?
From Paul?
Yeah.
It was gonna be this exact same.
Right, I knew it was the same, but he said he's fine with signing a new contract. I didn't know if we got it to sign.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, Emily didn't say anything about it or hand me anything, so. What did we say to go up to for Ion?
For what?
For Ion intermittent upgrades, we,
3,500.
okay,
Because we've already got bills for, or invoices for 2,900.
right.
And I'll save it, but I updated the wage worksheet too.
Okay.
Okay.
Get out the number if I can. So we don't have a specific number that we put in for paving, sealing, and general maintenance yet.
Correct. Waiting on my info. aspect?
Maya texted me, she says, I gave you those already, and I'm like, I'm not,
I don't remember
Nope.
seeing them.
no. I told him what we did last year, and I think that's, I've got the numbers on the paving I'd like to take out of reserve already. I've given them to you.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing them. You would have told us.
Yeah,
You actually mentioned last meeting that you would try to get them to come in so we could have them.
right, and I told him that we had approved 620. Oh, let's see, hold on. All right, so we talked, oh yeah, here we go. Remember we talked about starting a reserve account or a fund for bridge repair eventually?
Yep.
Okay, and then his paving needs were gonna be Mudgett, South Road, West Farm Road. I think it might just be West Road, it's off of Devereaux. Lost Mile, and the dirt part of Lost Mile, the dirt part of Mountain, which comes to $721,980. $721,980.
And that was for what he wants to move out of.
He'd like to move money out of reserve to do the dirt part of Lost Mile and the dirt part of Mountain Road.
Right.
Right. And I don't know, in that figure I just gave you, it looks like doing Mudgett would be $350, doing South Road would be $270, and doing West, $101,980. Which is $721,980.
So he wants to move how much out of? Sorry.
I'm not clear on.
I'm not really following what he's saying.
Yeah, I'm not, let me just, okay, take a look at things. Can I call you? Without numbers. And didn't Danielle say we had something like over 600,000 in reserve?
Yes. It's like 650.
Hey Maya, can you hear me okay?
I can.
So I'm reading the list of amounts for Mudgett, South Road, and West Farm Road. And then it looked to me by my notes that you wanted to take money out of reserve for Lost Mile and Mountain, the dirt parts of those two.
So I was thinking that we'd use our regular budget for Mudgett Meadow, and South Road and West Road. You know, if it all dragged out, and then the reserve money for Mountain Road and Lost Mile. But there's also quite a bit of excavation work to get them ready for paving. You know, we'd have to add gravel, change culverts, and
Right.
whatever.
Right.
So there's quite a bit there. But I mean, I put a really good dent in the reserve, but I think it would say it would still there could potentially still be some left over. But yeah, I just haven't. I've never done it this way. I mean, I can. Usually they just tell me what they're gonna give me, and then I try to get done what I want to. I see what I can get done with what money they give me. But I guess that'd be the smarter way to do it. Figure out what you want to do and how much it costs. But we've never done it that way.
Okay, so it looks like I wrote down some numbers, like there was 350, 270, and 101,980, and I just wondered if those were some estimates for those three roads, Mudgett South and West. It looked like maybe that's what it was.
I haven't got any prices on Mudgett. I haven't got any pricing for 2027 paving yet.
Okay.
Well, except for that reserve thing, because we were trying to get that figured out. But I have not met with the paving guys. All the estimates for stuff that we paved this year, this summer.
Okay.
So I still haven't. I haven't got with them on that yet. I gotta get them, wrangle them up and get them out there.
Okay, it may be that we do the same thing that we've done then, is put in an amount and let you know what that is. Kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, I mean, in all the years I've done it, that's how they always have done it. But I guess this I didn't really ever think to do it this way. That would probably be more practical to figure out, you know, what it's going to cost to do what we want, and then ask for the money. That would, I mean, but typically they'll raise it up a little bit, or sometimes they leave it the same, and that's kind of what I've been dealing with. But I've never thought to do it that way, or nobody's ever thought to do it that way, I think, in the past.
Yeah. Well, it probably, like you said, it probably is a good way. Then we'd have a much more specific idea for how much, you know, to put in the budget. But it's probably not going to happen before we need to get this off to the printer, huh?
When is that? When is that again?
Sometime around the 20th of August.
What's today's date?
10th.
The 10th. I might be able to pull that off.
If that's.
I'm sure I could at least get one of them out there, and then, I mean, if we get it done for cheaper, great. Yeah. But I mean, as far as
the reserve?
We don't need to do the reserve until it goes to vote, right? I mean, that's...
I mean, if we needed to wait and do a special town meeting later on next year for taking money out of the reserves, it just would be nice to have it in this year's warrant to put that, you know.
Which is not till September, right?
Right.
But we're signing it in a week.
But we are, yeah, right, we're signing,
Let's go to the printers.
yeah, we're signing it in a week.
Okay, well, we already have the paving numbers for that, so it's just the dirt work that we'll have to, that'll have to deal with that. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, if you can get that and get it to us by the end of the week, that's great.
I'm sure I can, yeah, and I would think I'd be able to get at least Jason pretty cooperative. The other guys you got to schedule with him, and that's kind of hard. But Jason's pretty good about just dropping what he's doing and coming out. So I could probably at least get Jason out to measure Mudgett South and West Road.
Okay.
By the end of the week. I'll call him. Well, what time is it? Maybe I can call him right now.
Yeah, 5:15.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll call him first thing in the morning and see if I can't get him out sooner than later.
All right, and we'll wait to hear from you.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thanks, Maya.
All right. Thanks. Yep.
Bye. So, just to kind of change the subject a little bit in terms of signing and having things ready to go. Danielle said we have wiggle room for taking it, letting it go to the printer to the following week since it's late. And the reason I'm asking is because in talking to Cam about, I think I forwarded it to you, the ability to put an article in on growth management would be great to have for the town meeting.
Right.
So if Cam is able to come up with something like that prior to Monday, that'll work. That'll work. I just wanted to be able to write that article, and then have the material that we need to have for public to read, which that won't go to printer, that we can just print out, so. So back to general highway and paving.
Well, if we've got time, I'd say let's get a real number from him, or as real a number as we can get from him.
I agree.
I think that makes more sense to go that way. than
It does. He's not used to it because, like he said, it's always been like,
work with what
Here's your
we have.
number,
here's your
yeah.
number, work within that. So
But it
that's what.
shows that we have a plan and that we have a number in
Right.
mind.
I mean,
We're
he's
not-
got a good plan here of these roads. This is quite a bit. If he were to do Mudgett, South Road, and West, and then ended up doing the dirt part of Mountain and Lost Mile, I mean,
That'd be a huge progress.
that's
this year.
huge.
Yep.
Yeah. And then starting a fund for bridge repair because it's the bridge that's over the, is that the North River over there on the
Yep.
middle? Yeah. And there's a bridge on Cram that's gonna need repair. Actually, I think it's the guardrails that need repair now.
Do we want to go down through the draft of the warrant?
Yes.
I just saved that to the
Shared drive as
shared
well?
drive as well.
Okay, so let me get it.
Print
get
it out
in.
there.
Yep.
Thank you.
No problem.
I work with Emily on this computer on Thursday.
Should we address it to the same person we addressed it to last year?
No,
This Pam Pride lady? I don't know who.
no, actually, we're gonna address it to Debbie Miller because.
Debbie Miller,
Debbie
okay.
Miller, Deborah Miller. According to town meeting and elections manual, it should not be anyone who's been appointed or elected to any boards within the town,
Okay.
okay? Yeah, funny the things you read when you read manuals.
And then I didn't know, I know she had talked about doing noon for election time on the 11th, but
She put in, it's written as an ad, I think, for noon to 8.
noon to 8?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So I'm looking for, is it under the 26 municipal, no, is it under 26 town report?
Yep. Under budget. I just put it in the same folder that
Got
we
it.
were working out of.
Okay.
September 11th and 12th.
Yes. Right? Yes.
Why do we have 2 days?
What, because you put the election in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
Yeah.
have to,
The election's considered part of town meeting.
right.
When I was doing this, it made me think, it says to act on Articles 1 and 2 on Friday the 11th, but we actually do Article 1 on Saturday.
Correct.
There's something that that you have to do that. Hold on, why can't I get out of this?
Like, should we just swap those two articles? And say we're acting on Article 1 for the election, and then Articles 2 through X for,
No, we always put, they're always in that way. So on Friday, to act upon Articles 1 and 2, let's see. That's a good question though, it's always been written like that. Friday the 5th day of June, to act upon Articles 1 and 2. And
Oh, because do we choose the moderator on Friday technically, but I don't know.
yeah, that's
There's always these weird little rules and
right,
stuff
and
like that.
it is a rule. Let me get into the town elections manual.
Budget committee wise, when are you guys meeting next?
Next Monday.
Monday, okay.
Yep.
You know, we'll, and
So what I'd really like to do is have this mostly finalized for Monday, so that we can,
That would be great. If we could have the warrant and we could have an update of this.
yeah,
I left the budget meeting.
Yeah.
We were voting on the nonprofit request.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of discussion.
oh yeah, always. I remember when I was on the budget committee, that was always, but at least we didn't get requests from a few of the controversial ones this year.
Yep.
So far.
No, deadline's passed.
That's right.
so she's going to finish what she's doing, but the reason is if you continue the election to the next day. It's always done that way. It doesn't really make complete sense to me.
Nope. That's fine. I figured there was some reason, but
But I'm going to get into.
and then all the other questions, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 are all just bringing them forward from previous years.
Mm-hmm. As I was reading through, there's one of, we'll get to it eventually, there's the arrangement of articles. There was one I needed to be moved.
Okay. Article 9 is updated.
Okay. Got it.
That's the wages. Article 10, I just triple checked the number to make sure it worked, but that's everything's been updated there.
11 is the same.
11 didn't change. I'm just making sure. There were a lot of like little like, because I did it in Google, and so now it's, there we go. Let me check that amount. Hey Danielle.
Hello. So Article 1 and 2 are actually done on Friday,
Okay.
because there's a moderator for the election. So we choose a moderator Friday at the election, and then we elect those terms on Friday. And then typically what happens is Gloria or whoever, typically Gloria's the moderator, she could come Saturday and continue to be the moderator. Well, she's worked all night, so she deputizes Norman Blake.
Got it.
Gotcha.
So
that's how it
there's a
works.
transfer from the election moderator to Norman, and then Norman continues after, because he will announce the results.
Right.
But that's already determined Friday night.
Right.
Gotcha.
And then it goes into Article 3, so that's why that is
Okay.
done that way.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
I know we've always done it, but it was like, but we
Yeah.
always elect Norm when we're,
He doesn't actually, he won't be elected at the meeting, he'll be appointed by whoever's moderator for the election.
so will Gloria be there?
Typically, we do that, you know, either that, she comes in the morning and we'll deputize and then,
Okay.
so, yep.
Just double check 12, that adds up correctly. Everything matches. Do like that. 13 Sockby Rescue. 218,093.
Okay, we were
Yep.
gonna take streetlights. Is that why we were gonna take streetlights out of that category and put it into utilities. But now I see that it's actually in,
It's in protection
it's in
expenses.
protection.
I know she talked about changing that account. but
Yeah. We were gonna move it to utilities.
I can do that.
I mean, why do we have to have streetlights separate from the lights that we have at Secocas and Maplewood and the bridge and utilities? I mean, if streetlights are under protection, bridge should be as well. But I'd say move it out of 12 and put it in our utilities. That makes it easier when I go into CMP to see what's going on with the account.
So I'm gonna take, in Article 10, I'm gonna take utilities, town buildings, make that 29 to 39.
Yes.
I'm gonna delete the line for streetlights. Okay. Oh, come
You
on.
want to do
Delete
the
row,
warrant,
Yeah.
or-
Yeah.
and I'm gonna
in
reduce
the
the 190 to
shared drive.
180.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I can't access
And
that.
did I increase?
Want
No,
me to get a
man.
copy of mine?
The warrant or the
No, I didn't.
expense sheet?
Right, 386.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Double check that number.
So that would go up by 10 too, right?
I know, I don't think I added it though, I wanna just
Okay.
double check. Yeah, 396. Okay,
Okay.
so that went up, that went up, that went down, that got removed, beautiful, okay.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm glad you have the ability to get in there and do it.
Yeah,
Yep.
I figured it's the easiest way to do it and have a most up-to-date draft that we can.
Yeah.
Alright, so Sockby Rescue Fund is 10. Increase the fire truck reserve. Town will vote to raise 22.8 for real estate changes and that's,
Wait, is
so
it,
that's the number that's gonna change if we need to pay for CAMA, so I will highlight that.
what article under?
Article 16.
Okay,
So that's the one that'll go up if he says we have to pay for CAMA, which I believe we have to do for one more year.
really?
I think so.
I'm surprised they didn't get back to us yet.
Because they haven't drawn, because CAMA has all the, everything that they're doing. So everything they're doing with the revow. So I don't know if we have to pay for it for one more year or 2 more years. I'm hoping it's just one,
I hope it's one, yeah.
but, yeah.
Okay.
Placing 18.8 into the revow reserve. Tipping fees,
I think we
cartage.
had to take some out of the reserve. The
We
revolve-
also have an article for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Winter road maintenance. Does that number match? Winter road. It's all those. 712.4. Yep, okay. And then we still need roads. Got the LRAP updated fund in there.
Are you gonna take, the reserve money out of, for paving and sealing?
We have an article for that later, yeah.
But we don't know that we reserve or not yet. You said it was over 600 though, right?
Yep. But you're not gonna raise and appropriate the following amounts for paving and sealing then? That's what that article reads, raise and appropriate.
We
So-
don't have the number from him yet as to
Right.
how much he wants to, for
Right.
that.
But you don't wanna have that paving and sealing in that article if you're gonna take it out of reserve, right?
It'll get removed, right,
Right,
if we
Okay.
do that,
If
yeah,
we
yeah.
do that, right.
Yeah, both of those articles exist right now.
Yep. he'd like a little bit more in general maintenance if possible for culverts and gravel and road work that he'd have to do before paving.
22 I left highlighted, so we'd originally said 10, you guys said 7, and then
2 is good,
2 is good?
yeah. 2's still a lot, but I think that's probably good.
I mean, we didn't use any of it last year, so I'm fine with 2. 23 and 24, those are the ones we've received. Those are the,
I believe more. Let's see.
we had like 4 that didn't send anything in, so it was quite a bit lower.
Okay, hold on, because I am seeing, I don't see. Carrying on limited, carrying on limited.
What about the American Legion? I thought they had that number. Oh, is that down below?
That was
25?
West.
West
Yeah,
State Post
West State
is its
Post,
own,
yeah.
That's in 25.
Yep. So there was a question raised by the budget committee about the recreation committee. Are we going to deposit 500 again? It hasn't been expended in the previous year. There's still hope that maybe this would happen, so I would be all for
I
leaving
am
5.
too. We need to get it active.
And it could become active.
Yep. So that's its own article, Article 32. Should I move that up into the rec
Yes.
for cultural and recreational?
Should.
I agree. So move that to Article 23.
And we don't have your recommendations yet, the budget committee's recommendations.
I
No.
can go see what they are right now if you want, because I'm sure they voted for all of them by now.
Oh, okay, is that what they're doing today?
Yeah.
Okay,
I know what some of them are, I'll be right back.
okay.
Sure. All right, so I did that. So I got to delete Article 32. Now I got to go 32, 3, 4.
Oh, yeah, we don't know what about Bartlett Doe, but I'll wait till we get there. I'll wait till we get there.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Where were we? Yeah, 25, 26 was Long Pond. 27. 28.
Oh, before I forget, I'll just go back up to the beginning and see if that was changed.
Ready when you are.
So, under greetings, where we have, I have a read only, so I'm not seeing the changes that you're making, but
Yep.
To meet at the town office on Friday, the 11th of September, at 2 p.m., when polls already open at
I just changed it to
You
12.
did?
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay, thanks. I'm just like, okay, I'm not seeing the changes. All right. Ready?
You ready? Do you want to, Aaron, do you need me to go in a certain order, or,
I can do my best to keep up. What you got?
okay, for Parsons Field Rec Committee, they voted no funding. Keezer Falls Library, good for the 6250. Saco Valley Rec Council, good for the 4,000. Snowmobile Club, 477. TB2 is good, 387. Parsons Field Quarter Historical is good, 500. York County Community Action, there was a lot of discussion. It ended up being 4 votes that carried it for 2,500 with that they asked for. Light Flight 896, St. Matthews 1,500 good, Smooth Feather 600 good, Caring Unlimited 591 good, Grateful Undead 550 good, Haley's Hugs, no all around, unanimous no.
Because
There are no numbers in there, how many Parsons Field, and the number of other groups that could just come out and ask for money, and that sets a precedent of every little group could come ask. Then West Day Post is good, and then we have on our list the Harvest Hills, Long Pond, SMPDC, and Saco River Corridor. Those are all givens anyway, so it was just the rec committee, the
Parsons Field Rec
and Haley's
and Haley Hugs.
No.
So they can be in there and voted down at town meeting.
So I'll just put their recommendations for Articles 23 and 24 are no.
Well,
Do we want to break it out?
the thing is, it's yes for everything except Haley's Hugs.
And yes for everything except for Parsons Field Rec Committee.
Right. So you could, Budget Committee votes, recommendation, Budget Committee no for Haley's Hugs. So you could just do a separate, underneath.
Aaron, because
underneath
it's
the
just.
What is the article, an all or nothing? It's not, they can't vote for one individual item.
At town meeting, we can vote to change things, because we did in the past.
Yeah, you can always
So, Aaron,
decrease the amount.
what-
I'm putting a note in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that Haley's Hugs and the
I thought that's what we were.
Parsons Field Rec.
Yeah. So it would just change the total.
Okay. Saved.
When you get to Article 29, I have a suggestion on wording.
I was gonna say we were at 28, right? Yeah, TB2, that was good.
So 29, when I talked to those guys last year about mutual aid agreements,
Yes.
you remember?
Uh-huh.
Two of the fire chiefs said they're not really agreements. We just reimburse them for mutual aid. They don't really have a written agreement. That's why they didn't really want to sign anything. So I think we should change that wording to reimburse for mutual aid rather than enter into a mutual aid agreement.
To see the town will raise and appropriate $6,000 and to authorize the select board on behalf of the town to
Reimburse.
said towns for mutual aid.
Expensive.
Okay, and is that, we did explore that with, the Maine Municipal Association, as I recall. And there wasn't a firm, hard, fast reason to have signed agreements, as I recall.
We didn't get them last year.
Yeah,
We just said we take the
to
money,
enter
give us-
into,
So I changed it to not read, see if the town will raise and appropriate 6,000, 2,000 each, and to authorize the select board on behalf of the town to reimburse the town of Newfield's Fire Department, the town of Limerick's Fire Department, and the town of Effingham's Fire Department for mutual aid fire protection, and Effingham's rescue for emergency first response medical care in the western area of Parsonsfield for the ensuing year.
I think that's good.
Did I? Reminds me. What is there? Couldn't remember if I changed unanticipated expenses.
Oh,
Article 39.
No, in like 10 or whatever it's in.
did you just go back and check it out?
I just went back and double checked. I did change it.
Okay, 15,000?
The 15,000 was what triggered
right,
the memory.
the memory, okay. So
Yeah,
capital
so
building
Bartlett
repair.
Doe.
Bartlett Doe, we usually only, we've been taking out 20,000 for a long time. One year we took out 40 because the year before we hadn't taken any. I don't know the balance of that fund, but 20 is a pretty safe number.
Okay.
Does that sound right?
I can send you the sheet tomorrow once I reconcile it.
Okay. I would leave 20 in there then and,
I mean, it's consistent.
Yep.
mhm.
And then we have accept or refuse donations, 60 days after commitment is the date on the 2025. So yeah, that's why I read them. 2026 real estate property taxes will be paid, due and payable. Any of those interest rates change, Danielle, do you know? Is that kind of,
Where are you at?
Article 34.
yeah, 33 and 34,
7%.
7% for interest.
You can establish whatever you want.
Actually, there is a maximum of what I'll
It says
allow.
it's
Oh,
7 and a
there's
half.
maximum. 7.5.
I think it still
Is
is.
the maximum, yeah,
Yeah.
so 7%
I think we
fine.
should leave it at 7.
Yeah,
2% discount if paid within 30 days of commitment. Tax on mortgage collection. Prepayment, 7% of interest again.
While you're in this section here, I reviewed this with Bill, and he says we need an article to use revenues to reduce the tax commitment, and we don't have one.
Did he?
I thought we did have one.
Which one? Need
Hold on,
stand.
way back in the beginning.
Okay. Number 3 is to pay expenses. Doesn't say reduce tax commitment.
Nope, not that one. Oh, what we have is use up to 50% of unappropriated surplus balance to reduce the 2026 tax commitment.
Well, that's your fund balance, not your revenues.
And borrow from town reserve accounts. So let me email MMA, because I didn't see anything in their recommended articles that advised an article to use revenue.
You can try and find it.
Okay.
It was either that, or as I'm reading, Article 3, you could add
Oh.
to reduce tax commitment in Article 3.
To see if the town will vote to combine its various non-dedicated sources of income into a general revenue account from which it will pay its expenses as authorized by this town meeting, to include offset taxes, is that what you're saying?
Reduce tax commitment would be the words.
So we're using the unexpended surplus balance, the general revenue account, to
Pay its expenses or offset or reduce the tax commitment.
you know what, I'll email MMA how to word that, if it should be two separate or included. To use reserve, no, revenue.
When we're going through the tax commitment too, I've got a note there that O'Donnell's was saying how that article isn't clear. We need to work on it, so.
Okay.
Between the two of them.
When we get to that one, where are we now? Let's go
No,
back.
it was the same one you were working on, Article I'm looking at Article 3 on my, yeah, it's the same one on your sheet.
To see if the town will vote to various to pay its expenses as authorized by this town meeting. So you're,
Bill's saying put some sort of language in there to reduce the tax commitment
okay,
from the revenues, and I have a note saying when we went through it with O'Donnell's, they said it wasn't clear the way it was worded, so,
that 3?
yeah,
Okay,
we need to clarify.
so they're both saying the same thing,
Basically.
okay. Yeah, there's no specific mention about offsetting taxes in it, it's just to pay
Expensive.
expenses, okay.
Could I mention another thing that we kind of identified?
What number are we at then?
I'm jumping around, sorry.
You're good, we're on, well, it's 38 now, so I think it was 39 before. Sorry, I changed it.
It's all right.
on my-
Okay, so we got the 7% rate of interest. Now, to see if the town will vote to authorize to use monies from the overlay account for real estate and personal property tax discounts and tax abatements. Yeah, that's legal.
Yep.
That's legal. I checked with MMA on that one. Article 4 was to cover us if we have another unanticipated emergency expense that we don't have to go to town meeting.
Yep.
Yep. Article 41 covers the town to sell things like a stove in the gym. And I put that amount of money in there. It can be anything that we decide or that the town decides. Whatever we put in, if the town decides less, that's fine, but it can't be more. So so what I put in parentheses can be any amount, can be taken out of there once we decide on a figure. To see if the town will vote to authorize municipal officers to dispose of surplus personal property with an estimated value of
Is it personal property or town property?
personal property, because it is town property if it's personal property. And the word dispose allows us to sell it, donate it, or trash it.
I think the word personal just is confusing.
That was the recommendation.
250 is pretty low, I think.
Yep.
These days, almost and sell the chair for
500,000?
250.
Hmm?
500,000.
No, 500 or
I said
1,000?
500,000. I said, what are we selling the town hall? I think 1,000.
Yeah, I think 1,000.
Okay, change that to 1,000, you can get rid of those parentheses.
Done.
The Article 42 allows us to potentially sell the non-tax acquired property, as in that tiny little piece in East Parsonsfield that a resident has been asking to buy. Because if it's tax acquired property, there's a certain set of rules that you have to follow. It has to be advertised, it has to be offered, and it's different with the non-tax. And actually, non-tax acquired property doesn't really even need to be advertised if you have an interested party and it's an agreeable arrangement with the town.
So you want to take that wording out or set a number of days?
I think that it's only fair to advertise it.
I say advertise for 30 days.
Ooh, 30 days? Really? That long? Cornish does 2 weeks. Yeah, you think 30 days? I mean, it's fine. I think that's,
I mean,
I'd go with a couple of weeks
14
as
days?
well. Yeah, with 14 days. Only because I think after 30 days I'd be forgetting about it.
I spent 2 hours the other night looking at all the deeds in the courthouse, and there's no way you're ever gonna find out where that came from. At least with the limited knowledge I had.
Yeah, that non-tax, and that was highly recommended that, you know, a title search gets done and whoever is interested in buying it will pick up the costs on that.
Next one's the community action grant.
yes, we need to have an article that allows the town to enter into grants and to spend that grant money in the same terms as written in the documents. That's why that article's there. And I have community action grants, but main municipal grants are a different category as well, so I'm thinking that we should to see if the town will vote to authorize the municipal officers to apply for government. Well, most of the grants that we get are some kind of government. How about community? We have to have another word in there besides community action.
What if we just put grants? Because some of these are-
Apply for grants.
So it
Yeah.
doesn't narrow the scope. I mean,
Yep, it allows us to do, we've gotten grants from MMA, we've gotten grants from the governor's office. Just how about changing it to just grants?
Just saw this. So this is I have the wording from that Buxton uses. Theirs is to see if the town will vote to authorize the Board of Selectmen to accept or reject any future grants that may be offered to the town, and authorize the Board of Selectmen to expend any future grants as long as they follow the requirements of the grant. This authorization shall stay in effect until repealed or rescinded by the legislative body.
Can you say that first part again to see if
The town will vote to authorize the Board of Selectmen to accept or reject any future grants that may be offered to the town, or authorize the Board of Selectmen to expend any future grants as long as they follow the requirements of the grant.
Okay, I'd prefer to have it say that it allows us to apply. I mean, they might offer us a grant, but nobody just gets a grant because they're offered for it. We have to apply for it. So I would say, see if the town will vote to authorize, and you can say select board or municipal officers to apply for grants.
Or any municipal officer.
I mean, certainly, yeah, it doesn't have to be the select board, like I think
Could be the planning board.
the
it
planning
could be
board
the
could have.
Appeals board,
Mhm.
code enforcement officer, road enforcement, road commissioner.
We've got 5 minutes before our meeting.
Yeah, and the 88.4 matches the AVS reval.
Okay.
What is Article 45?
I would, and you know what, the 8840 for reval, that article should be moved up to, closer to where we have all the other,
Yeah, that and the road reserve one need to both be moved up.
yeah, so like somewhere near Article 16 for
Yeah.
that one, okay.
Or the bridge one as well, maybe.
Yep. And then 46, do we have an amount that we want to put in here? I don't know that we can necessarily do what sum, if any.
Wait a minute, okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
Your numbers changed?
Yeah, I think it's 40, must be
It's
your
47,
47.
yeah. No, that's why I put it in there, would vote to start a reserve account for bridge repair. 10,000?
I think that's a fine number to start with. Let's just establish the account and as we can see what we need going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Are you
Because
gonna,
$10,000 is not gonna buy us concrete.
are you gonna fund it with reserve account money? Or are you appropriating it with taxes?
We would have to, we have to have an article to say how much we want to raise and appropriate for bridge repair, and then to see if the town will vote to put that money in a reserve account, so it's supposed to be two.
So
One,
you're funding it by taxes?
either funding it by taxes or taking it out of the reserve account for roads if we have enough.
Well, you has to go, the warrant article has to read one way or the other. Either it's funded by the reserve account or it's funded by taxes.
Right, but I don't know
Okay.
what's in our reserve account right now in order to take it out of reserves.
Okay.
So
well,
that's
it's
this there to remind us
around
that,
$680,000, so.
So I think if we're
So
starting
we-
with $10,000 as a split from reserve.
so we could start with move 10,000 from the reserve account into a bridge repair fund.
Yep.
Okay.
You have to establish the fund first. Does it matter?
I don't, as long as it's coming out of reserve, then you don't have to start, let's just remove 10,000 from the road reserve for bridge repair. And then you have to, then I think you have to have another article that says, and take that 10,000 and start a reserve account for bridge repair. So you take it out and then start another one. Because it's like, you're taking it out of reserve, and then what are you gonna do with it?
You're not taking it out of the reserve account though, you're just making another reserve out of the same account, 'cause it's the same bank account.
Right,
You just,
but it's a fund for bridge repair, right? And then it's just get labeled as such?
when we have established reserve accounts in the past, it's been one article, but whatever. Whatever's the most easy to understand, I guess, and clear.
Okay, so move 10,000 from road reserve to fund a
Capital bridge repair.
Allocate
bridge repair. Yep,
reserve.
yep.
Stephen, didn't you ask about Article 45?
Yes, the pet nuisance, we skipped past that.
Yes, that has to be written, that was on the advice of David Lonsby,
That's to be able to cite people, like
Yeah.
fine people.
because we don't have that right now. And other towns have citations for animal nuisance, and he mentioned,
Do we have what is an animal nuisance? Do we have that framework of what he wants to be able to cite people for?
I think that would be written in the ordinance.
Okay, so in the ordinance, do we have to write the ordinance and include it in here for people's approval, or?
Well, you wouldn't have to include it in there, it could be available as a separate piece of paper for people to read.
Okay.
Right, just like, what I also would like to do is, to see if the town will vote to enact the main uniform building and energy code.
Go back.
And, yeah, and that's, the CEOs have asked for that. And that would have to be, available for residents to read as well. Okay,
So we need to add an article about MOBEC.
Yep.
To these articles.
so we could put that in there. Are you in the editing mode?
I am.
Article, and do you know that we don't need an article, that says motion to adjourn? It's like absolutely not necessary, but we always have, so I say keep it in there.
Yep.
It gives us something,
We
a
need to
goal
start our
to,
regular
right,
business.
exactly,
It's,
exactly. So keep
Not
it in
to
there.
interrupt whatever business meeting, it's 1 minute.
Yep, oh, we got 1 minute to go.
No, we're 1 minute behind, 6:01.
It's 6:01, okay, folks, we're shutting this down and then
Can I, Article 10,